Hello and welcome back to Waystone. This one's going to be a good one. I'm really excited for everyone to watch this and find out what goes on in the story, because this story is going to change Waystone forever. Big time, guys. So if you remember correctly where you were last time, you were on the boat. You were getting up to, you were messing about with each other, putting meat in backpacks and stuff. But you were floating towards what looked like the ceremony. Bearing in mind, you are in a different dimension right now. It's a little bit strange. In the distance, you can see these figures that are kind of made of smoke, even though they have the silhouette of humans. And then you see this big rock with this strange lizard figure inside of this rock. And then these two giant figures, stone figures, next to each side of what you presume is the Waystone. And you're slowly kind of moving there. There's a bit of distance. You can see it in the distance. And everything else around you is just ocean, apart from this one island in front of you. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, can we wake up Snoot and Brisbuck?
Yeah, go ahead, wake him up.
I am already awake.
I'm going to stay top deck and just watch the approaching shore. Just
Okay.
listen in to downstairs.
To avoid what's going on downstairs. That's what you're doing, aren't you?
The Snoot's still on the floor sleeping. It's like a little dog just.
Snoot, I want you to roll a perception check real quick.
Oh, all right. Sleeping man gets a perception check. I like it. All right, first dice roll today. Here we go. That would be a nat 20.
It's
No
not 20?
way.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Okay.
Wait, weren't we all on deck at the end of the last game?
Yeah.
Weren't we all standing on deck together?
No, Snoot was still
Because
asleep.
you had
was-
done something, Brisbuck. Was he?
Snoot
Yeah,
was...
I was already up, and I had wound up my bird and set him loose.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I
he
was
did.
already
Yeah, so you're on deck. So Snoot's in bed by himself. We're
Yeah.
all up on deck.
Yeah, so Snoot, while you're sleeping, the familiar scent of meat has slowly disappeared. Did you get that? Did you get that, Mike?
Sorry, say it. Kara was.
No,
bugging
no,
me.
it's okay. As you're sleeping, the familiar smell of meat that is lingering around you as usual has disappeared, and you realize it in your sleep.
I immediately wake up and go, something is wrong! Where is the bee?
Do we hear that from topside?
What's that, Demo?
Do we hear that from topside?
You
Snoot
do hear
losing his
that
shit?
100%. He is howling.
So, remember how I had seen some like weird meat stuff in my backpack and thought nothing of it?
Yep.
I immediately nearly shit myself and start rummaging around in my backpack, feeling for something that might not supposed to be there.
Okay, as you put your...
Snoot! Come up here, Snoot!
Hat slams open and goes, who has touched Snoot's meat?
Right as he says that.
What's wrong, buddy? What's wrong, little buddy? Come here. What's up?
I just
I'm
go
gonna
down
stand
nose.
on the other side of I'm gonna stand on the other side of Brisbuck. Be like, come on, bud. What's wrong? Come here.
All right. Snoot goes down nose to floor and just starts going on all fours.
As he's doing that, Brisbuck puts his hand in his bag and instantly just feels something squashy and wet.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to say, Snoot, don't you worry. I know where your meat is. Here, 1 second. Let me show you. I did something fun. And I'm just going to start rummaging around in my backpack, take out a 5-pound cannonball, drop it on Garius's foot, and then I'm going to keep reaching through. And I'm going to grab.
Wait, Gary is?
Did I say Garius?
You
said
said Darius.
Who's Darius? Yeah, who's...
Oh my god, yeah, who's Garius? I'm going to drop it on Dalmar.
Did I try to dodge?
You can try to dodge if you want. Yeah, sure. Roll for it. Roll for it. Roll a...
Does that mean that I can roll damage if he doesn't dodge?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. Okay. Roll a athletics check. Should we do an athletics check for that?
Athletics,
Yeah,
dexterity, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a man not good for you. That's 23.
23. You managed to just get your foot out of the way.
23.
Just get the foot out of the way, and it hits
Just
the.
gonna sidestep slightly.
Can I request?
Snoot, I think I can smell some meat in the.
Before we do this,
Was that
can I
your meat?
request something from the DM?
Where's your?
DM,
Get in there.
DM. Can
Yeah.
I roll against this with a strength check? Now, given I only have a +1 to strength, so unless I roll a nat 20, nothing else would change.
Sure. If you can roll an at 20, go ahead.
If you do, I want a photo of it. Thank you very much.
I didn't do it.
No. Okay.
A boy can dream.
So the cannonball just plonks onto the deck and rolls across the deck.
Damn it. Well, Snoot, I made your meat
Snoot,
magical.
I can
It
smell
will give you
something.
strength every day. And what I'm going to do is on every piece of meat, I'm going to magically tinker with it and imbue it with 5 feet of bright light and then hand it back. This glowing, shiny meat.
Okay.
All right. So Snoot sees this, and just imagine like Puss in Boots' big wide eyes just happen. Just
The camera actually zoomed on you a
Camera
little
zoomed
bit
in
then.
a bit then, yeah? That's funny. That's funny. Okay. Did you give him back all his meat?
Yes.
Okay.
I am not holding any of the meat hostage.
All right,
look
so
over to Brisbuck. Snoot
gonna
apologizes
turn
for
to
the
Seth and be like-
smell that's gonna happen.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm just gonna turn to Seth and be like, it was worth a shot.
So as this is happening, you are slowly drifting closer and closer to what looks like the ceremony in the front, and there's this kind of bright light coming from this waystone in the center that's shimmering off these what look like shadowed, smoky figures, all crowded around it.
Well, can I do a perception check on them? I just want to see what the shadow figures are.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
And at the same time, do I hear anything going on, or is it just kind of?
Roll a perception check.
11.
11. You can't really tell. They look like figures, like human figures, but just outlined with shadow. With like the whole outline and it's just all smoke and shadow, and it looks kind of like it's dissipating off the edges, but they do look like they're stood there.
Do we want to remain in the boat, or should we drift towards the shore and sort of like get into the water and ready to hide?
I don't know about you, brother, but I'll most likely sink if I try and jump out right now. We're still a fair way off. Perhaps we drift a bit closer first.
Yeah.
Are we too far?
Plus, the boat
for
does
Snoot to
afford
smell
us some advantage.
You're a couple hundred meters away.
Okay,
not
so it's a bit
super
too
far, but you're pretty far away.
Yeah.
Brisbook, do you do that perception check?
I did 7.
7. You
Ooh.
hear nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, boys, we know these people don't exactly like us. We should probably hide.
2 degrees.
Freeze buck, my man. Your arm contraptions. Do they produce heat at all? Or a flame of any sort?
Nope.
I've got that idea. I'm out of ideas then.
Okay. I'll.
Open to suggestion.
Can I roll perception? See if I
Yeah.
can spot anything.
Yeah, roll perception.
That
Mr.
is
Elfie boy. Who is your father? Brought him up a while ago.
13.
I've been meaning to ask you.
13. Okay, so
Oh, he's.
sorry, go on.
You first. You do you.
You do realize that this ceremony is ongoing, but this strange dragon like lizard looking figure seems to be the only figure in the distance that's not made of smoke, and he's looking around frantically.
Does he look like he's part of them, or is he like off by himself a bit, hiding away?
He's in the Waystone, trapped.
Oh,
Oh, okay. He's in the Waystone.
Do I still have a shard of that crystal?
You do. You all do. Remember?
I'm gonna pull mine out, and is it doing anything?
It's it's got a low hum to it, like vibrating very, very lightly.
How do you pull out your crystal
Can
shards?
we notice that? Pull it out.
As you all pull them out, you feel this urge, like they're all kind of magnetizing to each other.
Maybe we form
I'm gonna-
crystal again. We try.
that work? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll walk up to Snoot and just click my piece onto his. Let's see if this works.
Okay, as you slowly put your piece close to his, it like rips out your fingers and sticks together, and you see the crack kind of dissipate and it's forming back together again with like a.
That's interesting.
Query. Last time we stuck them all together, did it not shoot towards the crystal?
New things
Perhaps
it
if
did.
we,
I don't know if that's a good idea.
We should probably get closer.
Yeah, we
before
may
do.
want to get a bit closer first.
Mhm.
Any quick
So,
send
are we
here.
going to hide on this boat, or is that going to be a bit sus when an empty boat rocks up to this festival of theirs?
And it can't be worse than seeing us on the boat now, can it?
Are there any like dinghies or rowboats attached to this thing?
No.
No. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna quick send my little mechanical bird, who has 60 feet of dark vision. I'm just gonna send him up and see if he can scout for me, because it speaks my language, so it should be able to report back if it sees anything special.
Okay.
And he does have stats, so he can do like checks if you want him to do anything.
Let me just. I'm just gonna roll percent alpha something real quick.
Mhm.
Okay, so it shoots off through the air. And you see, as it flies through the air, it's like smoke's like twirling around it, as if this place, this dimension that you're in, has a very faint underlining smoke everywhere around it, and it kind of shoots off through the smoke towards this stone in the distance. And it's just like kind of doing a loop around the stone at the top. And as it's doing a loop, you see this figure in the stone look up and start banging frantically on the inside of this stone, and he's like pointing and banging, and he's like shaking his head, and then the bird comes back to you.
And I'm guessing he tells me all this?
Bird comes, lands on the edge of the boat, and he mentions that he saw the shadowy figures. He saw a dragon figure that also so happened to notice him.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going to quickly exit and get back in to fix my audio.
Okay. Can we do like intermission music?
Just get some elevator music going on.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
And now the Hacienda's hit new single.
Yeah.
Okay. So, a homunculus servant, just so you know, which is my little pet bird.
Okay.
I can basically deliver a spell with it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do. Shit. Much.
Okay.
I guess I'm not going to do what I was going to do.
Okay.
Can't do what I was going to do.
Okay, that's okay. So the boat is slowly drifting. You're probably about 150 meters away now, so you are getting closer. I want you all to roll a perception check real quick, though, please.
Am I also rolling for my pet bird?
I don't think so. I mean, yeah, sure. Actually, why not? Why not? Yeah.
I got
I got
a
a
six.
nine.
Two.
I'm going to say, because he can actually see.
Yeah.
So mine was a 12, but for my little pet birdie, plus 14. 14.
12, 14, demo.
22.
Ooh, Stephen.
6.
Mark.
9.
Okay, so Thelma is the only one that notices this. But as the bird's flown back to you, the dragon figure's tracked the bird with his eyes and is now staring straight towards you at the boat, and he's banging really, really hard on what looks like the inside of this stone. And he's like looking at you as if he's trying to tell you something.
I'm going to send the bird out
I
again.
think we've been noticed.
Does anyone have any sort of hiding, stealth, invisibility, anything like that?
Snoot's got your back. I'm gonna spend every single one of my second level spell slots, and I'm gonna cast invisibility on each of us.
Okay.
Damn.
Does that include the bird? Or no?
I will spend an extra sorcerer point to also do it on the bird.
Okay. So you
Thanks,
are all
buddy.
invisible, and you are still slowly drifting towards the island. You can see this dragon figure's kind of looking as if like confused, but also still kind of banging because he still sees the ship coming towards them.
Okay, I'm going to send my bird back out. This time, he is going to go right up to where the crystal is and try to listen in. He's just going to attach himself and then report back to me if he hears any noise. If he doesn't hear any noise, he's going to stay on the crystal but move towards the top of it. Or the Waystone, sorry. And then move towards the top of it.
Okay, so he flies out. He lands. He's just like flapping his wings. He's right in front of this dragon's face, who he's like looking around because he can't see anything. Roll perception for the bird.
Oh, 21.
21. And the bird understands languages, right?
Any language that I speak. So at the moment, he can understand Common. Where are my languages? Common, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Okay. So as you get as this bird flies and kind of hovers in front of this figure, it can hear it banging on the rock, and he's speaking in all these different languages that you've never heard before. And then one in English, plain English, just says,
Or
"Stop.
common.
Common. Stop. No. No. No." And then he kind of just keeps going back to these other languages, and then the bird just flies and lands on top of the Waystone.
Oh, he was supposed to come back if he heard anything.
Okay. He flies back then.
Yeah.
Slowly, but he flies back and just lands back on the side and tells you exactly what he heard.
Well, shit. What do we do about this?
About what?
Thing in the Waystone saying stop? No?
He doesn't
Is
want
that an
help.
us? Is he tortured? What the fuck?
We seemed to do a good job last time we helped one. I don't know why we'd change plans now.
I
Hey, with
guess.
Elf Boy, I think we should help.
I mean,
Let's go.
the last imp thing said we had to save them and stop this ceremony. Here it is. Why would the dragon that's been stuck in a crystal for 10,000 years know better? He's been stuck.
Dragon?
He's like a dragon,
scaly
like lizard
thing.
figure. Yeah, that's all you know.
Yeah. Scaly thing. Breeds fire, I assume.
Hell.
I don't know. I've heard stories.
Well, I mean, we are invisible. How far away are we?
You are now about 100 meters away.
Do we know how many hooded figures there are?
It looks like a lot. I would probably say a couple hundred.
Couple hundred. Ooh.
Let's
still
get as
invisible,
close
aren't we?
as we can.
So how do we get close?
The
We're
boat's,
invisible.
the boat's
Let's sneak
drifting
in.
towards it.
Yeah,
Let's jump.
Grisbuck, I have an idea.
Mhm.
You two, let's say you can do a bit of range if required. Brisbuck,
Yeah.
when we get close, do you want to zip off to the right? Snoot, take out of the ship. My brother and I can get close with the crystal shard whilst we're invisible. If they notice us, Snoot, I want you to imagine they stole your meat. Go nuts. In the meantime,
do.
brother, why don't we see if we can take the crystal up to the big shard
Let's do it.
and connect them?
Okay.
Sounds like a
They
plan.
can't see us.
Quick question, Mark. How long does the invisibility last, the spell?
It lasts up to 1 hour, and it also ends if I initiate an attack. If I initiate an attack, the spell ends on all of us. But if somebody else does it, it's only that person that goes visible again.
Okay, even if you used it on other spell slots, it doesn't like enhance it or anything?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so you're now about 50 meters away from the ceremony. I want you all to roll a perception check again real quick.
I have another idea. I got a 5, by the way.
I got 9.
13.
17.
Okay, Thelma again. Most of you just hear the waves kind of crashing onto the island as you're getting close. But Thelma, you hear like an underlining humming in like a rhythmic tone going on the island.
Did we hear that last time with the crystal?
You did. No, sorry, you did not. No, sorry, you did not.
Gentlemen, something's going on down there. We have to move fast. Give me the spare crystal shards. And I just put my hand out to, I think, Snoot. You've got it, don't you? You got the big piece?
I hand the big piece to him.
Okay.
Brisbuck, attach yours.
Okay,
I'm
as
just
he
messing with my bird thinking.
pulls the crystal out, it magnetizes, sticks to it.
Said, take this. If anything goes down, I can cover you. Get to the shard and attach it when required. Don't connect the last two till you're right in front of it.
Very
I
well.
got your back. And I hand him the shard.
Okay.
You take the lead, brother.
Okay.
So you're not attaching the last part to it until you get close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're about 10 meters away from the island now.
Okay, I'm going to jump to the shore and make my way through the crowd without touching anything.
Okay.
I'll follow him.
Man, I think we don't need to flank Snoot. Idea.
What do we want to do?
I'm going to do something. And I'm going to pick up a little... Is there any... Shoot, I guess not. So I'm going to take out one of my ball bearings.
Okay.
And I'm going to imbue it with the same light effect.
Okay.
So 5 feet of bright light, 5 feet of dim light. And I'm going to hand it to my bird, who's still invisible. And I'm going to have him fly just over the hooded figures to not only hopefully give us a little look at what they are, but to try to distract them and pull them away from our direct path to the stone.
Okay. As the bird flies over, the hooded figures, or the smoked figures, don't even acknowledge that anything's going there. It's as if they don't even realize what's going on around them.
When we're between them,
Mhm.
whilst I'm following Said, can I try and peek at one of their faces underneath the hoods? What
Yep.
do they look like?
So you slowly open it, and all you see is just like a smoked face, like just it's as if it's just made of a ball of smoke, just kind of coming off.
Snoot close to any of them right now?
Are you still on the ship, or did you jump off?
Me and Brisbuck jumped off. We're just
Okay.
like at the shore.
You're surrounded by them all. They're all over the place, and they're all kind of facing towards the Waystone where this dragon figure, this lizard
gonna-
figure's looking.
Lightly reach for the closest one, just for the cloak, and I'm gonna try to like just see if the cloak is real.
Okay. 1 second.
And roll initiative.
Shit! God damn it!
You all die.
Oh, okay. So you go and touch one, and as you touch it, this cloaked figure kind of like shakes out of like what looks like a trance, and it's just kind of looking around, and it's as if it's looking past you, and it doesn't see you at all.
I'm gonna back away back towards Brisbuck and just whisper him, "Don't touch the cloaks."
So I'm going to completely ignore what the two elf boys say, and I'm going to follow them.
Okay. So
Point of order: we're invisible. You can't see us.
yeah, they're invisible.
I'm going straight towards the Waystone. I'm not going to go to the flanks.
Okay.
All right.
'Cause I want to be inside of the shield.
As you
Yeah, I'm gonna follow it.
as you slowly make your way towards the Waystone, with Cedrus holding the broken piece and the rest of this crystal, the very end, there's one shadow figure who's like in front of everyone who's facing the Waystone, and even though you're invisible, for some reason this figure turns around, and although he's not looking at you, you get the impression that he knows you've arrived. And you see him kind of lift the smoky arm up and just draw it down in a line. And as he draws it down and opens up, you can see the bright light of what was the regular world on the inside of this cut in the fabric of the dimension you're in. And the shadowy figure steps through to reveal it being Evil Bran, who looks at the distance as if to be like, wait a second. I know they're here somewhere. And you can hear him go, clever. I know you're here somewhere. I can feel the crystal. And you can see in his hand what he used to open up this little slit was another shard of a very similar crystal.
When I see that, can I just lay a hand on Ced and cast protection from good and evil?
Ooh.
So he is now protected against creatures which are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Okay.
Can I make my
no.
way to... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, you can't be charmed, frightened, possessed, and disadvantaged on all rolls against you right now.
Sweet. Can I make my way to the Waystone, like right up to it?
Yeah. By the way, I meant Evil Rock, not Evil Bran. I meant Evil Rock. Yeah, you make your way. What was that?
Pebble.
I know, Evil Pebble. You make your way to the Waystone. Are you gonna go past Evil Rock?
Yeah.
Okay, you go past him. As you go past him, you kind of see him go, like, look as if to be like, is something walking past me right now?
I'm gonna
Okay.
drop a piece of metal.
Okay.
As he does that, I'm going to put the shards all together and press it up towards the Waystone.
Okay, you feel the shard kind of the last piece, and you can see this kind of glow inside the crystal get bigger, brighter, and it hits on to the Waystone. And at this point, your invisibility disappears on all of you, and Evil Rock turns around and sees you do that and just goes, "You absolute idiot." And as you do that, this figure, this lizard figure on the inside, and in fact, I'm going to have Dan say exactly what this is.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh no! Maybe we should have listened to the dragon. Oopsies.
Okay, read that out in your old voice, Dan.
Can I please say this how he would say it, though?
Yeah, that's what I want you to do, yeah.
You idiots! It's a trap! They knew you were coming! I warned you!
All right, and as he
Sorry.
says that, all these shadowy figures just lift up an arm, and they all cut through the fabric and step through, and they all see you, and it's all this cult that's been going towards this ceremony, and they've all got this smile, and their eyes seem to just be pure white glowing as Evil Rock turns around and is like, "You absolute fools. You think you know what's going on in Waystone? You think you have any inclination on what's been going on over the thousands of years? Do you think we locked these away for any good reason, just to stop them from traveling? You think you know what's going on? You are just ants in a universe that you have no idea." And as he says that, actually, I want you all to roll a perception check.
Ooh,
I'm not
Alon
using
wants
this
to
dice in the
swing.
mark. You're getting terrible perception.
I really want to shield bash him right now and just get him to shut the fuck up.
Not bad.
15.
Oman
Big
wants to
old
take a
shield to the
swing.
face.
He wants to take a
15.
swing so
Yeah.
bad right now.
At us or
Ooh,
him?
Nat 20.
A nat
Nice.
20.
9.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I was actually going to ask if I could take a swing, and if that roll had come up, that would have just killed Evil Rock, but it's a good thing that was perception.
Right. Well, seeing as you obviously have different types of perception than we do, Brisbuck, what you notice is the vibration that is used to open up and have all these people step through is the exact same vibration that Cedrus is feeling from this rock. So you know that you could possibly do the same thing with what he has in his hands. The rest of you just start to notice all these people kind of turning and looking at you, bright glowing eyes, thinking we've got them.
I'm gonna
We're in the shit now.
pull out my shield. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on myself and just get between Pebble and my brother.
Pebble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man. Luke, I'm going to DM you something real quick.
Okay.
Just because of my backstory.
Said, whatever you're gonna do it fast. Running out of time here.
Well,
I'm waiting for this DM.
I tried to type fast. I'm a slow typer.
I'm gonna say quickly. Anybody with ideas? Mainly looking at this book.
Just based off of that and by who I am.
You know the legend of it. You know it's kind of you know of it. You don't know that it's true, but you're starting to kind of piece things together after what you've been seeing the past few days on these adventures.
Okay. Everybody, the Waystones, they're a gateway. They can get us out of here. We just need to figure out how to use it.
And I start like trying
Can
to
I
like.
make an intelligence? You go.
I'm just gonna try and like move it towards the Waystone, the thing the crystal that we've got, and try and like move it around and.
Okay. As you kind of move it around, it's like scoring the rock pretty deeply.
Can I make an Arcana check on Waystone and what they just see if I can figure it out?
Sure.
Can I make a history check on the crystals?
Sure.
Yes.
Nope. 10.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on in Demo.
Oh crap! How does this work with the? 1 second, I forgot exactly what I
Dad,
did.
what's happening?
I gave him a stupid bonus for this.
It's doing something. I'm gonna try and draw a circle.
Keep
with
doing it then.
You're gonna do what?
Draw a circle.
Okay, as you draw a circle, and you close that circle, just as you close that circle, you see cracks appearing on the inside of that circle, and
It did something.
and it's slowly kind of like pulling inwards.
So I rolled.
I'm
a
gonna turn
24
around
on that history
when-
check. By the way,
What was that?
I'm going to turn around when said it did something.
Okay.
Do I notice the cracks?
Yes. Also, Prisbook, what did you say?
I rolled a 24 on that history check on crystal.
Okay, you have heard of these crystals before. You kind of have with your history, you kind of have a feeling like you know about these crystals, but again, they are complete legend and story and myth and fables. You don't know what they can do. You don't know what they're capable of. You just know that they're part of the story.
I just know they exist. Okay.
Yeah. There's a connection somehow. Maybe not.
I'm just going to go, brother, it's working. Keep going. Snoot, what do you have for me?
Snoot doesn't know. And I start just like grabbing my head, and I have a weird pounding headache going on that's magic related due to one of my abilities.
Okay, I want everyone to roll a perception check. See if you notice
Is
this.
Oman still here, by the way?
He's in the Waystone still.
But
14.
but we're able to
17.
communicate.
Correct.
Okay.
17, you said? 20.
24.
And a 14.
6.
Okay.
I'm not gonna roll for my bird. He's off fucking doing something else.
So you all see the this lizard figure is kind of going in. It's as if he's like trying to communicate, but he's going in like slow motion. And then you see him like reach out, eyes wide, and then this hand kind of comes out of nowhere behind him, grabs him, and just like yanks him back into this abyss behind him, which you don't really know what's back there because it just looks like the end of the stone. And as that happens, the circle crumbles and leaves a hole, and you see Pebble, Evil Rock, turn around and go, "Don't you try and escape right now. We need to talk." You need to move quick, guys.
Well,
Snoot's gonna try to step through the hole.
Yeah, that hole sounds like a good option.
Yep.
Okay.
I do kind of want to know what he's got to
I'm
say.
gonna try and shield. I was gonna try and shield bash the cracking stone and try and break it open.
It's completely crumbled in now, and it's just a black hole.
Okay.
Snoot's gonna
Nope.
jump right
Yeah,
in. Just
going through it.
no thoughts about it.
Snoot.
Okay. As
Time
you all start jumping in, you notice that Pebble also just slowly starts to go into slow motion, and he goes, "Oh no, it's here." And all of these figures kind of, their white eyes just kind of go dull and go to grey like rock, and they all start to kind of like slow-mo and just kind of freeze. And you get pulled into this black abyss, and you notice all the crumbles on the floor from the hole kind of lift up, and they go throop, and they go back into place, and the Waystone covers back up again as if it's locked again. And on the outside, you see Pebble, Evil Rock, kind of break out of his slow motion and look, and he's like banging on the Waystone. He's going, "No, no!" And I'll let you do whatever you want to do right now.
Snoot will just turn back real quick and just go.
Okay.
If you have something to say, you might as well say it now.
As you turn around, there's nothing, just darkness. Nothing around you, nothing in the distance. The only thing you can see is this glowing rock. Cedrus. You do feel a slight vibration though coming from the crystal.
Not again. I feel like it's leading us somewhere.
Then it'd be rude if we didn't follow.
Okay. It starts pulling you in a direction away from the stone, even though there is nothing around you. It's pure darkness. And as you pull out this crystal, you all freeze. Completely freeze. And the crystal in your hand slowly starts to kind of burn and melt. And you froze. There's nothing you can do as this crystal drips over the side of your hand and starts to burn your hand clean off. And your hand falls to the floor with this crystal, and it starts to dissipate, and your hand's so burnt that it doesn't bleed because it's pretty much just charred. And there's nothing you can do. You're sitting you're in complete freeze state like this, in shock. And as that's happening, this strange figure floats down in front of you slowly. Ginormous figure, all in red, like kind of what's the word for it? Kind of flowing clothing, and it comes down and just lands in front of you. You idiots. You idiots. You thought you could stop my ceremony? And he just clicks. and you all kind of shake out, and Cedrus, you feel this ungodly pain as your hand has gone off your arm. But you are all back to your regular self as Cedrus is screaming, and this figure's like, you absolute fools. You fools. Like, you have no idea what's going on, do you? It's me, Tiamat. I am here to tell you about what's really going on. Maybe I'll restore your hand, Cedrus. We'll see how you cope in the near future.
Please do.
But I feel like you guys need to know what's really going on. Let me show you the story of how we got here. And she holds her arms out like this, and she slowly closes them together, and as her hands are getting closer and closer, you see your vision just start to fade, 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 and right as she claps, nothingness, you all black out. And now, Mark.
All right. So we're all asleep. I need everybody to pull out your old Strahd campaign character sheets, please.
Oh, shit.
What?
Everybody get out your campaign 1 character sheets.
No way.
Yeah.
Mark, may I ask,
What the sweet
from our
mother-
last battle, may I restore my key points?
That will actually be explained in a little bit. So, but
Oh no.
all right.
I think I'm like level 18 or something. Shit.
We are kind of
50,
in a
what the
weird. We're in a weird transitional state right now. We're currently still our Waystone characters, but everybody just fell asleep because Tiamat did her thing.
Is the ground closer?
So, none of us know it, but we're all having the same dream. You're just floating above an endless ocean on all sides, and it's night. Sky overhead is crystal clear. Stars are bright enough to light up the ocean around you. You see no land anywhere, and you're just floating above the water. If you reach down, you can just barely skim the surface of the water with your fingers. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens for the longest period of time. It feels like eons have gone by, and you've just been sitting there waiting. And you're aware that you're dreaming, but nothing that you can do or think of can cause you to wake up right now. After eons pass by, you suddenly see a tiny, tiny speck of light appear downwards in the sea directly below you. Over time, it becomes larger and larger and widens into a large crack in the ocean that you could easily fit through, but you still can just barely touch the surface of the ocean. The light starts to dissipate, but you see through this crack an unfamiliar realm to the Waystone characters. You see unfamiliar trees, you see a forest, you see an old decrepit castle.
Real quick, am I actually seeing right now?
You are seeing, yes.
Oh.
Book is confused.
Risbuck's very confused right now.
Yeah.
As you look down on this unfamiliar landscape, you suddenly start to lower down into the crevice, and you can't stop yourself. It's just happening no matter what you do. As you just get to as your head gets into this crack in the ocean, a hand reaches and pulls you back out and turns you around. And a face that seems sort of familiar to only Thelmar appears before you. It is a female figure, very tall, porcelain face, and dark ebony hair.
Oh, shit.
And she speaks to you, but directly into your mind. Her mouth does not move. And she says, "This cannot come to pass. You need to find the Nightmare King and stop him from activating the Waystone system. He's already trapped Death and the Iliathid. You must return to Ravenloft and the abandoned castle. Your friends will be waiting for you. If the Nightmare King succeeds in his plans, darkness will envelop the world for eons to come. And the figure just starts to fade and disappears, and you begin to descend into the crack in the sea one more time. Just as the top of your head gets into the crack, all of you wake up in a cold sweat. Welcome back to Campaign 2. You are your old characters now.
Oh.
I have the
Holy
biggest
shit.
goosebumps
So-
right now. The
okay.
biggest goosebumps.
So real quick,
Holy shit.
because we ended campaign 1 at level 15, did we get XP from the final fight?
Hold on a second.
Okay, he's
You
prepared.
all sit bolt upright. You're in cold sweats. You have no idea what this dream is about because these characters also had the same dream. As you start to calm down and look around, none of you are where you just fell asleep. But you're all in a very, very familiar place. You recognize some of the furnishings in the room that you're in, and you're all in separate rooms, by the way. You recognize a lot of the furnishings and the walls. You are at the inn in Vallaki.
No way.
Oh no.
And your gear and all your packs are neatly stacked beside the beds. It has been 10 years since you vanquished Strahd. None of you have been back to Ravenloft since you all parted ways, but something or someone has brought you back to Ravenloft. And I think that's where we're going to end it today, but I will say all of you for the next time will need to level yourselves up to 20th level.
Oh
We're gonna be
shit.
full level. God
Oh,
damn.
this is gonna be a
The
ballbuster campaign.
One stipulation, you have none of the gear that you ended with. I have special things planned for all of you. So,
Question.
yeah.
With that, do I keep Raven's Talon? Because that's my
Yes,
my,
that's
what's
that's
it
the,
called?
yes, that's
X-Blade?
an exception. And Dan, you still
Okay.
have the Naginata as well, but everybody else, you're gonna have more gear, and gear's gonna be different for everybody.
I'm gonna have to talk to you about
Holy
that.
shit! Holy
Oh.
shit!
So for the,
Oh, sorry, there was one more thing before we end. Eric, you after you stand up and just kind of get your bearings, the door to your room opens and you see the bar wench from campaign 1 walk in and right behind her comes a little 9-year-old girl, and the bar wench says, "It's about time you've come back. I thought we were never going to see you again." And
I'm in a nightmare. I'm in a nightmare.
All right, guys. So for everyone watching who doesn't really understand what's going on, basically, I have pushed my DM abilities over back to Mark as we talk about basically the lead up to what's going on in Waystone. This is the lead up about the whole story. Bearing in mind there's thousands of years to cover here, so it can either be a short campaign and we come back to Waystone and then go back to the short campaign, another short campaign. But either way, we're going to be kind of moving back and forward between these two worlds over, you know, the course of Dungeons and Dragons videos here on Original Human Geek. But for now, for the near future, until the story kind of fits it, Mark is going to be the new DM. We're going to be returning to our old characters, which if you haven't seen, go back and watch the last campaign, The Curse of Strahd. Absolutely fantastic. And who knows, maybe in the near future we'll be popped back into Waystone and then we'll pop back. We don't know. But for now, that's where we're going to call it. Definitely watch the previous campaign if you haven't already, so you understand what's going on. Guys, anything before we leave?
I'm just
I have
so
so
freaking
many
excited
questions.
for this. I have so
I
many
have-
plans.
So
Oh my
many
God.
questions.
Yeah.
Can we all just congratulate Bran on his child?
Or Eric. you mean?
Eric, you mean, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Eric. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Congratulations, Daddy.
All right, guys. Until next time, I love you all. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Bye.